tan se. But the most important thing is, devotees and friends, Nagari Nagari Dwari Dwari Vedic Dharma Takaja. Do not ever forget your dharma. And go from door to door, city to city, village to village, family to family, encourage them, reminding them of the greatness of Vedic Dharma. Nagari Nagari Dwari Dwari Vedic Dharma Takaja. So the first verse that I explained the last time, Aya hai sansar, we all come into this world. For what? Why did we come into this world? Have you ever stopped and think and ask, why am I here? Who am I? What is my purpose? Where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? And so the Swami reminded us, the poet reminded us, Prata ut kar, ut need to arise, my friends. Every morning, every morning, Prata Uttaka, Prabhu Chintana say, think of the Almighty, think of God, think of your navigator, think of your captain of your ship, who is going to steer your ship today. Prabhu Uttaka, Prabhu Chintana say, Atma Shuddha Banalitu, and in doing so, when you do that, my friends, Atma Shuddha, then the Atma, your power, the engine of the body, becomes Shuddha, becomes pure, becomes strong, becomes energetic. Without the energy of God, there's nothing. It's a dud. It's just waiting for something to revive. And that's what the poet is reminding us. How do we do this? Havan yaja aur sandhya karke Ved marga apnali. The Ved says clearly to perform your Havan yaja, just like we did this morning. Acharya is here for you, to teach you. That's why he's called an Acharya. He's a teacher, to teach you to perform the yajna, to perform the havan, to perform sandhya, to perform yoga. So you can be a great, powerful person and follow the path, marg, the path of the Ved. Because yaman yoga palan karke mukti parat ho jata tha. When you do that, my friends, then you clearly move on this path called mukti. And the great Maharishi, this is a chaupai taken from the Satyat Prakash, which is on the red cover book on the floor. That's the Satyat Prakash. In the very beginning of that book, the great Maharishi instructed us. This is what he said. Hare Hare, Ved Shastra जो इष्टि करिए यह पूज्य करी भव को तरिए जय जय स्वामी जय जय स्वामी स्वामी दयानंद जय जय स्वामी जय जय स्वामी स्वामी दयानंद महर्षि दयानंद जय जय स्वामी. And you can see clearly the meaning of that chaupai. It's in the beginning of this Satya Prakash. It says, my friends, to read and teach Sadachara and Sadhya Vidya. Read and teach the Veda, for it tells us, when you do that, it is the a synonym for the word, the root of things is germs. And we all don't like germs, but a germ is when germ hits you, something happens, it breaks out. The germ of all great knowledge, the germ of all great thinking, the germ of great action begins in that of the Veda. It's that capsule. The Veda is that great. When you go to the pharmacy, you're not feeling well, the pharmacist does something in the back there, and he decided that because of this, what you're going through, your symptoms, this is what you need. This is what's going to fix that. That's what the Veda does. If you want to live a great life, a powerful, righteous, and great life, then the Veda. The Maharishi Swami then said, study the Veda because it tells us how to act and what to know. He says that Paksha Paksha Ishtikariye. He says that read the Veda, Palahe Palahawe, read the Veda, perform yaja, and cross the ocean of birth. And that brings me to today's mantra. And this is a mantra taken from the Veda, elucidated by the great Maharishi Swami Dayan in one of his many writings called the Arya Bhivanai. And Arya Bhivanai, he put together, he culled together, he studied the Veda, and this book, Arya Bhivanai, I'm sorry I didn't bring a copy, but he put together 108 mantras from the Rig Veda and the Yajur Veda. And he elucidated upon them. And he said, oh my friends, if you want to live a great life, study these mantras and put them into practice. And today's mantra is Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vratani Pashe Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vratani Pashe Indrasya Yujah Sakha Indrasya Yujya Sakha Indrasya Yujya Sakha. And here it is broken down for you, step by step, every single word of this Veda mantra. Pashyata means, do ponder, think, my friends. Ponder means to stop. We're also busy. We're so caught up in everything that we do every day that we don't have time to even think sometimes. Next thing you know, it's time to go sleep, and you say, wait a minute, I can't believe the day is over. Does it ever happen to you? It happens to me all the time. Because we do not stop and ponder, we don't stop and think. You must enjoy. The very first word of Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, the very first word is Atha. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Right, Acharyaji? Atha. Atha means now. At this moment, Atha. You must stop. You must think. Don't rush. Think carefully. Chintan Prabhu. Kari. Think. Manani. Let it go through. And then you act. He says that, do ponder pashyata, my friends. Pashyata karmani. What do you ponder upon? A ponder upon is divine. Karmani means action. But in this case with the Veda mantra, whose action are we talking about? Not me or you, not myself, Sahadeo, or Vishnu, or Acharyaji, or Omaji, or anyone. But it's the thinking of the divine act of God. That's what we're talking about. And it says that, who is this God? Who is God? We have heard this name, one name we heard of God, and there are many names of God. One is Vishnu. Isn't that right? And when you think of the word Vishnu, and you see, there's a picture of Vishnu. I'm sure you've seen it. blue in nature. What is the blue for? Why is it blue and not red or some other color? But blue because of water. Water pervades. Water goes everywhere. You just drop water somewhere, it finds the lowest level and will pervade it. If you do not, if the foundation of the building that we're building right there is not solid, water will go ahead and erode it. That's what water does. God enters, pervades, or pervasive. Very powerful. God is in you, me, mujhe mein om. You have already said this 10 times before. Mujhe mein om, tujhe mein om, sab mein om samaya. Sabse pehlo pyar jagat mein koi nahi paraya. If you understand that, my friend, this is Vishnu. If he invades every single one of us, doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter your language, doesn't matter your birth, that's Vishnu. That's Lord Vishnu. That's why you see him on the Chief Sadar, on the ocean of the world, because water pervades over and over. And so, from these things, my friends, yataha, from these things are manifested what? The principles of his underlying creation. But let us stick with that one word only, at the top, divine acts and pashyata. There's a great poet that brought together a very powerful poem that reminds us and tells us, what do we ponder upon? Think. Stop. Don't be so busy. Stop for a second and think. Listen to what he had to say. Who say tum hasna seeko. Seeko means to learn. Think, learn, understand. Phoolo se, phoolo means the flowers. Hasna seeko, bhaur se tum gaana. Suraj ki kiranon se seeko, jagna aur jagana. Ponder, think, my friends. The poet says, think. There are so many things every single day. Stop from your busy schedule and think carefully. He says that what can we learn from observing when we think of God's nature? And when every day we walk out our door, don't we see flowers? We see, and if we don't see the yard, we see it on the way to work or to whatever we're doing. We see flowers along the way. Phulo se tum hasna seeko. The key word in this entire poem is seeko. Learn. Learn, my friends. You're never too old to learn. He says that learn from the flowers. Phulo se tum hasna. Laugh. Learn from what does flowers do? Flowers make you smile. Why do we go to the hospital when someone is sick? What do we take?
Flowers.
Thank you. You can cook all the food you want to cook, but they don't want to see the food because they have certain restriction on what they can eat. But when you put flowers, flowers make us smile. That's what flowers do. This is where the maxim comes from. Stop and smell the roses. Become like a rose. Become a smiling personality in society. What can I do to make you smile? Don't wait for someone to be in the hospital to take roses. You need to be a walking rose in society. So when people see you, that's what sadhus are. That's what yogis are. They are walking roses. Because you go after them. Is a yogi coming next week? I want to be there. Why? Because it's a walking rose. Ulo. Say it to them. They make you laugh. They make you think. They make you revive. That's what the yogi do. That's what flowers do. Think. Phulo se hasna. Tum hasna siko. Bhavana se tum gana. And when you get that smile, and you get that love, guess what? Become like a bumblebee that beautifully sings the song, so happy at the petals, pulling away the juice, the nectar of smile, and which we can never, I'm sure chemistry will try to figure, how do we get this nectar that's called smile and bottle it? So we can buy it, and you can drink it and you smile. But the power, the bee, bumblebee teaches you how to do that. You're going to suckle the juice of the beautiful petals and this in happiness. You remind us, my friends, to sing. Sings God's grace. What the flower there? Vishnu. The all-omnipresent God. Suraj ke kirano se, look at the rays of the sun. And think, when you see the rays of the sun, what happens? He says from the rays of the sun, learn how to wake up. Ut jag musafir bhoi bhai abare nidrajo soat hai. My friends, look at the sun, the rays. Kirano, the rays of the sun, and wake up. Ut, become strong. Acharya ji at the end of the Havan Yajna, he chanted that mantra. About Uttara Jaga Prapra, a mantra from the Upanishad. As we wish our Yajmana all the best, may they arise, become powerful, and move forward in this journey of life. You can never move forward successfully if you're in sleep. If you slumber, and many of us would like to do that at all times. Now, what do you want? I want to take a break, I want to take a rest, let me get a flight. That don't get you anywhere. I have one powerful motto I live by. And I've told this in many, many yajnas. And I'll say it today, I don't think I ever said it, but I'll say it today. I live by one motto, and that is, it is better to worn out than to rust out. Think of that for a second. Think of a nail. It is better to worn out than to rust out. What does a rusted nail do? You nail that on a piece of wood, can it hold it?
No.
Absolutely not. But a sharp, shiny nail will hold it and will go through. You need to be oiled and be siko. Learn how to become that powerful and stay with the current. Don't be in slumber. Swami Nayanan, the great Maharishi Swami Nayanan, used to go to bed at 10 o'clock in the night and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, but I'm talking about better to worn out than to rust out. Many of us want to follow all the prescription. The more sleep you get, the better you are. Maybe true, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. But I'm saying to you, you need to be firm, understand what you have to do, like the flowers, like the bee, like the sun rays, and Jagana or the Jagana, my friends, awaken. Not only you awaken, when you do that, you also go there and awaken others. Dhoe se tum sare sikho. Sikho again, need to learn. Uchi manzil jana. Learn from the smoke. When Bhai Bishop was taken to the Hangkund today, he saw some smoke rising. You did not saw it going this way. It went that way. It went up. Dhoe से तुम सारे सीखो. Learn from the smoke how to aim for great heights. You don't go downwards, but you go upwards. Aim for great heights in life. And from the wind, how to inspire motion into stagnated situations. वायु के झोंके से सीखो हरकत में ले आना. This is what we're talking about. Pashyata karmani. Ponder upon the acts of God. Ponder upon the greatness of His creation. And the poet continues. वृक्ष की डाली से सीखो फल पकड़ झुक जाना फल पकड़ झुक जाना मेहंदी पत्तों के से सीखो मेहंदी के पत्तों से सीखो किस किस रंग चढ़ाना और चढ़ाना says that Vriksho continues still along the same two words. The two words we're talking about, Pashyata, Karmani, ponder upon His divine acts. Vriksho ki dali se siko, phal pakar jhuk jana. It says that look at the limb of a tree laden with fruits. Vriksho ki. The tree has now borne the mangoes or the pomegranate or whatever you like, any fruit you can think of that you like. Born it, but what does it do? The fruit does not go upward where you cannot reach it. It bends down so you can reach. That's Siko. Learn from His divine acts. He says that look at the limb of a laden tree with fruits and behold how it bends downwards. This is the vital lesson of humility. Be humble in society. Never. We all strive to be the best. But when you become whatever it is you're striving for, do not ever think that that will not change, my friends. We perform in Harmony Yajna every Sunday morning. We perform a portion of the Yajna called Jal Sinchana. And Jal Sinchana is sprinkling the water on the eastern side, and the southern side, and the northern side, and all around. Guess what that reminds us of? The fire is there, the water is there. Wherever there is water, there is fire. Where there is fire, there is water. Where there is heat, there is cold. And everything you can think of. Where there is success, there is failure. Where there is failure, there is success. There is dualities of nature. And Sri Krishna beautifully explained that in the Bhagavad Gita, reminding Arjuna of to find that happy medium. Do not get carried away. Will success come your way, my friends? Because that too will change. But also, when tough time comes and you're so depressed, don't become so depressed that you cannot get out of it, because that too will change. And these two beautiful Bahenji, I've known them for many, many years now, Bahen Ratande and Bahen Tulsi Day. They just lost their mom. And I'm sure if you have not heard it there, but this bhajan you hear it, I think only the chorus of it, in dedication of your mom. Sukh dukh dono रहते जिसमें जीवन है वो गाओ कभी डूब कभी जाओ कभी डूब तो कभी जाओ ऊपर वाला पासानी. It says that, my friends, सुख दुख दोनों रहते जिसमें, रहते means to live in this village called this गाँव, lives रहते सुख and दुख. Just like I'm explaining, every single thing you can think of, every sukh, for every sukh there's a dukh, and for every dukh there's a sukh. Never give up though. Seek learn. Like, look at the flower, look at the rays of the sun, look at the smoke rising. Never give up. And look at the trees, the beautiful trees with the fruits. Mehendi, another one. Mehendi ke patton se seeko. Pisa rang charana. The more you grind the mehendi leaf, the more it gives out a flower. It's a color. The redder it becomes, the sharper it becomes. The mehendi the leaf is saying to you, grind me. Guess what? I'm happy. I become beautiful. I become nicer. Meaning that when tough time comes your way, don't become depressed. Accept it. What can you learn from it? Every success in life begins from where? It begins from failure. The seed of success is the seed of failure. It's when things do not go right. And you learn from it. Then you become successful. But guess what? If you never learn from it, you never become successful. You will always remain a failure. That's what the poet is telling us. And this bhajan, and I know that many of you, and I see wonderful friends behind Omar, thanks for coming out this morning with your family, and behind Tulsi, behind Ratna, etc. You've heard this guy in Guyana. We play a song Wedding House in Guyana. They're beautiful. But when you think of the beautiful message behind this sea code, this morning, let's go one more. It says that the last two verses of this wonderful poem says, Pate or pero se siko. We all know what siko means now, right? Siko means to learn. Dukkha means deed bandhana, my friends. Learn to be calm in times of calamity. I already expressed that earlier. Like the leaves on the trees. And from the needle, dhage or sui se siko, bichuli gali lagana. From the needle and the thread, learn to bring together and embrace those separated from their loved ones. Learn to bring people together, not separate them. Learn to bring families together, not separate them. Look at the needle. That's what the needle and thread does. You put the thread on the needle to do what? To hem your plants, to sew, to dam the damaged pieces of it. That's what needle and thread. Learn from that, my friends. How can I patch up relationships? How can I? There should never be parents and children not talking. There should never be brothers and sisters not talking. But we all know that in society. That's what this is about. My friends, ponder, pashyata, think about it, of His great act. And if God is behind you, guess what? Ask Him to be that thread. You be the needle. And if God is a thread on that needle, guess what? It will be fixed. It's when you leave Him off, then you're on your own. And the only time you call upon Him is when things are not going well. Then you say, oh God, why? It's too late, my friends. Swami Nayanan, the great Maharaji Swami Nayanan said, every single morning, children, every morning, do not wait when you get older and you get your degree or whatever. Every morning, chant the Gayatri Mantra. Chant the prayers you were taught. And ask, Prabhu Chintan, ask, think to Kariye, contemplate and ask Him for guidance. And guess what? It will come your way. And guess what? Also, when you least expect it, that's when it happens. And lastly, the last verse says, Murgo ki boli se siko pratu prabhu gunagana. Learn from the hens how to sing God's praise early in the morning, don't they? 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah? The hens are ready, the murgo kukuruku, ready to wake you up. You still want to sleep, and you put the pill on the other side, and you close the ears, but they're ready to go. Like the murgo, the hens, they're ready to sing. Welcome His voice, my friends, reminding you, stop sleeping, wake up from your slumber, and move forward. Pani ki machli se siko, dharma ke hite marijana, and from the fish, how to die for a natural way of life. Do not become like the fish. Do not become like a fish that living in the water yet thirsty. We are living in society with all the wonderful resources. In this greater Atlanta area here, we have all the resources we want. Just go out, get it, drink it. That's what this Samaj is all about. Enjoy it. Acharaj, Mejal mere hekami, let it not become a surprise to you that I never knew. Machli? Never. When Machli is living in the water, we forget he's living in the water. And he's still thirsty, dying from thirst. How can you live in the water and die from thirst, friends? But it happens. Because we do not pashyata karmani Vishnu. We do not ponder upon His divine acts. We do not carry out His divine acts. And we do not carry out what He asks us to do. And the last 2 words, Saka Indrasya. He says that if you understand this, what I just went through for the past 20 minutes or so, if you understand that, then it says that Pratani, the principles underlying His creation, my friends, God is that only friend. All of us have friends, don't we? We think we have friends. Guess what? The only time we actually do not have friends is when you really go and ask them for a big favor and they themselves need help. They say, wait a minute, I thought I was my friend. The only friend you have is Saka. You just have got the soul of this body, of this life, is that of God. And there's a beautiful poem I'm going to sing, 2 verses because of time, and then we're going to wrap it. That brings that last 2 words out altogether. Accept, oh God, accept my relationship, my offering. Please accept, oh God. Accept my song as an offering and make it an eternal song of love. This love that we're talking about between you and I, oh God, Prabhu Kariya Chintana say, he says that Banajao, make this meet mere. I want this friendship to become so strong. Become my beloved friend, oh God. And guess what? In doing so, Ye preet Amarikarido. When that happens, oh God, then this love, this friendship of love between you and I will unendingly, unendingly, immortally, will go on and on go on forever between the 2 of us. That's, my friends, that's the gist, the last 2 words of this mantra. The last 2 words, Saka Indrasya. Indrasya is all of us. We're all souls walking around with powerful bodies, or at least we think we are. But the Saka, the friendship, is missing. And who is the friend? Vishnu. Who is Vishnu? Vishnu is that God who is the omnipresent, all-pervading, Here, there, and everywhere. Cannot be localized. That's the God. Develop that friendship. Develop that sakha. इस महिमा में जग में है लाखों यहाँ बंधन थक हार गया हूँ मैं सह करके उत्पीड़न आया हूँ द्वार तेरे मेरे जीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार करो मेरा गीत अमर कर दो इस महिमा में जग में this world is full of lakhos yeah, lots of stuff to catch you, to bundle, to hold you together. There's so many things. And children, let me tell you, I can't even begin to tell you the infinite many ways you get caught. Especially the TV. Especially all the games. And Apple this and Apple that. All the Apple products. They should tie you, bundle. Is mahima mein, this world is full of it. Full of it in a good way. Pashyata. Pulvo setu hasnasiko. Look at the flowers. Look at the natural nature of God. What He has done. He has also blessed us with a powerful intellect. And with this intellect, Prabhu Kari Chintan say, we have created products. We have created things, technology-wise, that today is beginning to create issues in families. Where parents have to remind their children, stop with the game. Do your homework. इस महिमा में जग में है लाखों यहाँ बंधन तक हार गया, my friends. You need to, some point, you need to stop. Sansar mein, in this world, tu piraya. Don't wait for the world to kick you, or wait for the kings to kick you, which is what happens many times. But you need to stop, and you become the kicker. It's a challenge I'm giving you today. Just one mantra. Om Vishnu Karmani Pashita Yatofratani Pashpashe, my friend. Indrasya Yujjaha Sakha. Develop the friendship of God, understand His greatness, become like Him. None of us can become God. You all know that, right? And I know that. None of us can become God. But if He's your best friend, then guess what? Develop His great characteristics, His great traits, and move forward in society. And society will be a wonderful and great place for all of us to live in. And with that, I want to thank you all very much again, once again. And my Bishop, thank you very much for understanding my little plea the other day. And that's between me and Bishop. But it's always a pleasure to come to this temple. And I'm really, really looking forward as we continue to grow. When I look across there and I see a wonderful temple coming up over there, I cannot wait for us all to keep moving forward strongly. And anything I can do to help. Those of you who do not know, I do contribute $5 a day. $5 per day I contribute. I ask all of you here, and if you can go tell others too who are not here, to contribute $1 a day. That's all we ask you. That's all we ask you. $1 a day, right? By chairman in the back. So we can make this not only the best in this Atlanta, but the best in this country and probably in the world. There are many other temples that are made of marbles. We don't want marbles and all those great things. The marbles you're going to get, these are the marbles. And if you can get this marble and put that into practice, then guess what? We're going to move forward and be the best in society. With that, my friends, I want to thank you all very much for coming out this morning and spread the word and let us continue to grow with all these wonderful board of directors that we have, Dr. Rora, Dr. Chandura, all of you. I don't know all the names, but you all know who you are. I thank you all very much for all that you do for making our society a better society. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. By which one more page? Real quickly, there you go. This is a book that was just launched last night at the Diwali Mela in Queens, in New York. Acharya Darshananji, we are buddy, we're toast, very, very close friend from Diana. he has put together this Anushtup book with all its wonderful mantras and great meaning. And so I will also connect with you, Vishnu, tell you how we can get that book, and we can also contribute $2 per book. The book is selling for $7, but every time you buy 20 per batch, we get $5, $2 go to the temple. But we can sell it whatever we want to sell it for. But if we buy the bulk, we give it $5. I have a portion of this. I encourage him. Charaji studied tremendously many years in India, in the Gurukuls in India. Powerful. I think Charaji, you know who I'm talking about?
My guru.
Okay, well, there we go. So, anyway. And so this gentleman, this Acharyaji Darshanan, he has one eye. Other eye, he's still struggling. But let me tell you, when you talk about knowledge, he has taught me some stuff, I mean, beyond. But anyway, this book just came out. He never sat down and put his thoughts together. And I said, Acharya, you just sit down. And so for the past 6 months, I've worked then diligently over the past 6 months. Every single night on the phone, 1 or 2 hours we spent. And he sent me a manuscript and we go back and forth until today we finally launched it last night. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there because I already committed to be here with Vishnu, and he understand my feelings. But again, I want to thank you all very much. We are going to make this also a powerful document in this temple, if you don't mind. So with that, I want to thank you all once again for all your time. Appreciate it.